I'm gonna do one by the greatest songwriting hero that I have and had, and I still look up to his songs as the mark that I'm trying to hit at some point. He was so one of a kind human being. I'm talking about Kristofferson. He lived a very long and very full life. This song in particular has kind of followed me around my whole life, this next song. So I want to share it with you because it's important to me, and I hope you'll like it as well. It's one I started hearing when I was just a baby. And so I grew up with this Kristofferson song, and even before I knew what he was talking about in the song, it felt like it was meant for me, that song, like it was going to be my story. I don't know what that means, but I can look at it now, and it follows the basic gist of it all. You know, this is one of those tunes. It's a real songwriter's song, but I think you guys will love it. It's by Kristofferson, and it's called "To Beat the Devil." Well, it was winter time in Nashville, down on Music City Road, and I was looking for a place to get myself out of the cold, to warm the frozen feeling that was eating at my soul, keep the chilly wind off my guitar. You see, my thirsty wanted whiskey, my hungry needed beans. It had been a month of paydays since I'd heard that eagle scream. So with a stomach full of empty and a pocket full of dreams, I left my pride and stepped inside a bar. Actually, I guess you'd call it a tavern. Cigarette smoke to the ceiling, sawdust on the floor, friendly shadows. I saw that there was just one old man sitting at the bar, and in the mirror I could see him checking me and my guitar. He turned and said, "Come up here, boy, show us what you are." I said, "I'm dry," and he bought me a beer. He nodded at my guitar and he said, "It's a tough life, ain't it?" I just looked at him. He said, "You ain't making any money, are you?" I said, "You've been reading my mail." He just smiled. He said, "Let me see that guitar, boy. I got something you ought to hear." And then he laid it on me. If you waste your time talking to the people who don't listen to the things that you are saying, who do you think's gonna hear? And if you die explaining how the things that they complain about are things that could be changing, who do you think's gonna care? There were other lonely singers in a world turned deaf and blind, who were crucified for what they tried to show, and their voices have been scattered by the swirling winds of time, 'cause the truth remains and no one wants to know. Well, the old man was a stranger, but I'd heard his song before. Back when failure had me locked out on the wrong side of the door. Back when no one stood behind me but my shadow on the floor. And lonesome was more than a state of mind. You see, the devil haunts a hungry man. If you don't want to join him, you gotta beat him. And I ain't saying I beat the devil, but I drank his beer for nothing. And then I stole his song. And you still can hear me singing to the people who don't listen to the things that I'm saying, praying someone's gonna hear. And I guess I'll die explaining how the things that they complain about, the things they could be changing, hoping someone's gonna care. I was born a lonely singer, and I'm bound to die the same. But I've gotta feed the hunger in my soul. And if I never have a nickel, I won't ever die ashamed, 'cause I don't believe that no one wants to know.